Hi there, and welcome to this Max Moment. So do you remember the coloring books where you would draw the lines to connect all of the dots? Now, when you first looked at those dots, sometimes it did not make sense, right? But when you used the pencil to draw the lines and start connecting the dots, the picture became clearer and you could see much better. Am I right on this? Right? Well, to me, those connect the dots coloring books are just like life. Like, you see, you have to connect the dots with all the events that happen in your life to be able to see clearer why things work out the way they do. Because if you take each event that happens in your life just by itself, it may not make sense. And when it doesn't, you seem to maybe, create this victim mindset, like poor me, or why do bad things always happen to me? How am I so unlucky? I guess it's not meant to be. Maybe I don't deserve it, right? And that list just goes on and on and on and on. But when you connect the dots in your life, and what I mean by that is you start to connect one event that happens to you to another one, right? And what you start to see is that there are patterns. You start to see things that you thought were negative in your life in a different way because, they are connected to positive things. So you start to see things like, setbacks. What they are is they're actually set up for something greater in your life. And when you connect the dots, you realize that you basically would not have been able to experience all the highest points in your life if it was not for some of the lowest points in your life. So let me give you an example from my life. Like, if I hadn't have got cut from the soccer team that I played for in England, I would never have made the biggest leap of faith in my life and moved to America. And if I hadn't have moved to America, I never would have got into coaching. And if I hadn't have got into coaching, I never would have met my beautiful wife. And if I hadn't have met my beautiful wife, Life to the Max wouldn't exist. And if I hadn't created Life to the Max, then I would not be here sharing this message with you today. And so the fact that I'm with you today sharing this message, and through all the coaching programs I've created and the places that I get to speak, it means that I'm making my impact on the world and doing what I feel I've been called to do in this life, right? And that is how connected each event in my life is. Right? But if I just isolated the experience of getting cut when I was younger, then I could have had this default thought of well, poor me, or that was unfair. But now I realize that by connecting the dots, what seemed to be, one of the lowest points in my life is actually connected in creating the amazing life that I live today. And I am so grateful for that. So what parts of your life, if isolated, look one way, but when connected, have led to you experiencing some of the best moments in your life today? Think like you did when you were a child, right? And connect the dots, because I can tell you this, it will change your life. And as you do, choose to make today a great day, and always choose to live life to the max. I'll see you next time.